Or applying the rules. The problem is algebra with you guys. So here we go. Another one. Notes 14.75. We'll have one of your classmates lead one of the problems in a little bit. So let's just get situated. So we have this question here, and it's asking, we see this symbol. What does that symbol mean? Okay, perfect. So before I can get to the second derivative, I got to find the first derivative. And I want the second derivative evaluated at that point, -1, 3. So here we go. What rule do I got to use for this expression here, the xy here? Okay, so what do I write first? X plus, and that's it. Well, y times the root of the first, which is 1. Equals -1. Okay, perfect. That's it. That's the only calculus that so far. There's a little more calculus later on. And now it just turns to a game of algebra. We're just going to solve for dy dx. So what do I do next? Subtract the y. So I have this expression, x dy dx equals -1 minus y. And now what do I do? Perfect. dy dx equals -1 minus y over x. Be careful with that -1. Don't let it float. Are we okay so far? Nothing crazy. All right, now what do I do? Yeah, quotient rule. If I want to get to the second derivative, I got to do quotient rule, correct? So here we go. I'm going to write d2y over dx squared equals, now you tell me, what's quotient rule? Bottom, times, what's the derivative of the top? Yeah, you can say 1 dy dx, that's fine. Negative dy dx, if you want to say -1 dy dx, that's fine. Plus or minus? Minus top, -1 minus y, times derivative of the all over, perfect. Cool or not cool? Okay, I would stop here. Here's what I would do. Now, it doesn't mean that your habits need to be my habits. I would evaluate dy dx first. Some teachers, some professors will say plug in your dy dx expression there. That's fine. There's no big deal. There's so many ways to do it. And I'm going to evaluate this dy dx at -1, -3. Are we okay with that? Okay, I haven't done anything crazy. -1 minus a -3 over -1 minus a negative turns to a positive. So 1 minus a -3 is 2. Divided by -1, so that is perfect. So that's my dy dx. Anywhere I see a dy dx, I'm going to put in -2. Cool or not cool? All right, so now I'm going to come down here. I'm going to write d squared y over dx squared. I'm going to evaluate this. That line right there means evaluated at -1 comma -3. Have I lost anyone? Okay, I'm just going to plug in my points, guys. So x is -1. dy dx, what do we say dy dx was? But I have a negative there, so it's going to turn into a positive. Minus -1 minus a -3. Make sure that I make mistakes all the time, so make sure I'm not making any mistakes. All over -1 squared. So let's see. Can we do that without a calculator? Yes, we can. Oh, I made a mistake?
No.
What happened?
I kind of got lost when you put 2 there, so I did 2.
The dy dx was 2 or -2, but I have a, do you know what I mean? Negative, -2. No, you're good, you're good. So I see -2, let's see, 1 minus a -3, I see that says a 2 again, but I see that minus a 2 again over 1. So I see -4. Let me know if I made any mistakes. Yeah, I know. Look, -1 minus a -3, that is 2. So minus that -2. Minus that 2, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. That was just so big, like.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you got to be careful. I don't see any issues. I think we're good, guys. How do we feel? Yeah, not that bad. Not that bad. All right. Here we go. Go to the next one. Question 2, it says if -4xy minus 2 equals -2y to the 4th plus x cubed, then find the equations of all tangent lines to the curve when y equals -1. For a tangent line, I need 2 things, what and what? All right, so let's find the point first. We already have -1, guys. So here we go. I'm just finding my x value. So negative 4x times negative 1 minus 2 equals negative 2 parenthesis negative 1 to the fourth plus x cubed. Are we okay so far? I haven't done anything crazy, have I? Okay, so let's see. Negative times a negative. 4x minus 2 equals, that negative 1 to the fourth is going to turn to a positive. So 1 times negative 2 is negative 2 plus x cubed. I can see that those negative 2's zero out. Plus 2 plus 2. Do you guys see that? If you don't see that, relax. If I were to move this to the other side, you would go plus 2, and they zero out. So now I have this expression. 4x equals x cubed. And I know some of you, there's probably a handful of you that can probably give me the answers just by looking at that. One obvious answer is 0. And let's see, 4 times what? And something to the third, that's going to be... So maybe you see it, maybe you don't. It's okay if you don't. The easiest way to do this, the most common way to solve for this, is you move that 4x to the right. You can also move the x cubed to the left. Doesn't matter. But I like to have x cubed positive, guys. 0 equals x cubed minus 4x. And then you can just, now it's easy. Now we just got to figure out like what makes this 0, right? So just factor out an x, guys. And then you have x squared minus 4. And all that still equals 0. Are we still okay? The only way this will be 0 is if x equals what? Well, yeah, that's one of them, but I always go left to right. It's okay. You're getting ahead of me, but that's fine. If x equals 0 or if x equals plus or minus 2. How do we feel so far? Okay, so I have 3 points. Here are my points. 0, comma, negative 1. 2, comma, negative 1. And negative 2, comma, negative 1. I have to find 3 tangent lines. Oh, don't worry. It's not going to be complicated. It's going to be pretty fun. Are we still okay? All right, here we go. I'm going slow, guys. Now I got to find the slope, so I got to take a what? Derivative. You can group the negative however you want, the negative 4. You can even, I used to have a kid that would always put it to the side and then do the x, y as a product. I always told him, like, don't do that, but he always did it, and that's fine. He qualified. He didn't get the 5. You got to, well, it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm saying his name. He qualified. Let's just say that. So here we go. I'm going to group the negative 4 with the x. You guys ready? So here we go. Should I change colors? Okay, I'll change colors. So first... So negative 4x times derivative of the second. What's the derivative of y? dy dx. What rule am I using, by the way? Product, yeah. Plus second y times derivative of the first, negative 4. If you feel that you're advanced, you can just drop the parentheses and already just put minus 4y. First under the second plus second under the first. Are we done with that term right there? Yeah, we are. We're done with that term with the negative 4xy. And then derivative of 2 is 0, so I'm going to put an equal sign. What's the derivative of negative 2y to the fourth? Perfect. Plus, what's the derivative of x cubed? Perfect. You're done? I don't see, yeah, now it just turns into algebra, guys. So I'm just going to rewrite it to make it nice and pretty. Negative 4x dy dx minus 4y equals negative 8y cubed dy dx plus 3x squared. Move the 8y cubed dy dx to the left. Yeah, I can see some of you are already pros. You guys are already like 3 steps ahead. 8y cubed dy dx minus 4x dy dx. And then move that negative 4y to the right equals 3x squared plus 4y. Are we still okay? I think it's okay, but don't get in the habit of doing that. I think it's okay to go from here right to the answer, dy dx equals something, but I would at least show one more step. I would at least show you factoring out the dy dx like this. So dy dx, parenthesis, 8y cubed minus 4x, close it, equals 3x squared plus 4y. Are we okay right there? Okay, and then from there, you're just going to what? Divide. So now it's okay. You don't have to show it. You can just go right to this next step. dy dx equals, and you put this in the numerator, 3x squared plus 4y, and you put this in the denominator, 8y cubed minus 4x. Nothing cancels, so don't cancel anything out. Are we okay so far? Okay, perfect. Here we go. Let's start with the point 0. Well, with the point 0, negative 1. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to write dy dx at 0, negative 1 equals, and I'm just going to plug in 3 times 0 squared plus 4 times negative 1 over 8 times negative 1 to the third minus 4 times times 0. Almost made a mistake there. So that is negative 4 over negative 8. What's negative divided by negative? Positive. So here's my tangent for that one. My tangent for that one is y plus 1, y minus negative 1, equals 1/2. And if you want, you can put x minus 0, but you really don't need it. X minus 0, well, I said I don't need it, and I wrote it. I wrote it because of habit there. I'm going to move the 1 to the other side. You don't have to. Y equals 1/2 x minus 1. There it is. There's my tangent. Tangent at, what was my point? 0, negative 1. So there's one answer. I'm going to change colors for all my different answers, guys. I'm going to go to light purple. So here we go. dy dx evaluated at, what's my next point? 2, negative 1 equals 3 times 2 squared plus 4 times negative 1 all over 8 times negative 1 to the third minus 4 times 2. Yeah, the reason why this is hard is because it's just a lot just to do one little thing. Are we okay so far? All right, let's see if we can do this without a calculator. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. And then 12 minus 4 over negative 1 to the third is negative 1 times 8 is going to be negative 8. And then 4 times 2 is another negative 8, so minus 8. So let's see, what do I have? I have 8 on the top, and I have negative 16 on the bottom, so I have a negative half. Here's my tangent line. I'm going to go y plus 1 equals negative half, parenthesis, x minus 2, and I'm going to leave it alone. I don't feel like solving for y equals slope-intercept form. Are we okay there? All right, one more. I'm going to change my color to sky blue. I need which one now? Yeah, dy dx at negative 2, negative 1 equals 3 times negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 1 over 8 times negative 1 to the third minus 4 times negative 2. So let's see what we get. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3 is 12 again. 12 minus 4. So the numerator doesn't look affected. It's the same. Negative 1 to the third is negative 1 times 8 is negative 8. Negative times a negative is a positive. Oh, look at this. This one is undefined. Undefined. So if your derivative is undefined, that means what type of tangent do you have? Vertical. Not always, but in this case, because that point is defined on that curve. So if I have a vertical tangent, that just means you just look at that x value, and my vertical tangent is, yeah. Now don't just take my word for it. I want to see, don't you guys want to see how this looks? Yeah, I really do actually. Because I want to see how all these tangents look. Graphing calculator. Look, guys, and all of you have Desmos. You just go to Desmos. Come on, Desmos. Okay, it's going. All right, give me the expression, guys. Oh, no, the original, the equation of the graph, the curve. Negative 4xy minus 2 equals negative 2y to the fourth power plus x to the third power. Wow, look at this funky curve. Here's how it looks. It's another, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it ugly. But it's kind of cool. All right, let me give me the points first so we can see that they really are. What were my points that I got? 0, negative 1. So I'm going to find a tangent at that point. Give me another point. 2, negative 1. Negative 2, negative 1. All right, check this out. Ready? Let's see if we made any mistakes. So do you guys see the points? So we better have tangents at all those points. I can already see the vertical one. That one's the easiest one. Look at this. X equals -2. There's my tangent. It's a vertical tangent, guys. Cool, right? All right, give me the other one. Y equals, what was it, positive half or something? No, we had a positive half, no? Yeah, give me the positive half. Positive half x minus what? Was it -0? I thought it was +1 or something.
Oh, yeah, I did.
-1? -1. There it is. Check it out, guys. That's an awesome tangent. So let's see if we got this third one. This third one's probably going to blend into that line. Cool, right? You got, look, here, look. Let me turn it off. There it is. And look, let me turn it on. Boom, tangent. All right, give me the last line, guys. Y plus 1 equals -1/2. 1/2 x, right? Oh, parenthesis? And then x minus what? All right, look at that. It works, guys. It's getting this line for whatever reason, but it's right there. Oh yeah, because that line's this line. Cool or not cool? Yeah, I like it. It looks awesome. All right, here we go. Now, I know 2 of you have already finished this because I saw 2 of you working on this, or maybe a little more, but at least when I saw it, I saw 2 of you have already finished. So we'll ask you for number 4 if that's cool with you. All right, here we go. Number 3. So there, Delta asked a whole bunch of these questions. I stole this one from Delta. And it says if -xy minus 5 plus x equals -y to the third, and it is known, so it is known this is my derivative. Find all coordinate points in the curve where y equals -1 and the line tangent to the curve is vertical, or state that no such point exists. Well, if you have a vertical tangent, your slope is going to be what? No. Undefined. If you have a vertical tangent, your slope is undefined. If it's 0, that means your slope is 0, if you have a horizontal line. So here we go. So you're going to make dy dx equal to undefined. I'm going to say dy dx is undefined. That's actually the technical way to write it instead of dy dx equals undefined, because you can't equal undefined. It's just undefined. But anyways, no big deal. We haven't been taking penalties or anything. All right, here we go. -x plus 3y squared equals 0. That's the only way that this slope will be undefined. Yay or nay? They already tell us what the y value is. What's the y value? So that's what I'm going to plug in, and I'm going to get an x. So -x plus 3 times -1 squared equals 0. Are we still okay? Okay, so -1 squared is 1, and then 1 times 3, 3. So -x plus 3 equals 0. And I know some of you can just do that in your sleep. I'm going to move the x to the other side. 3 equals x, only because I didn't want to mess with the negative and then divide by negative, which I guess is not a big deal because it would have just been -x equals -3, so x equals 3, but whatever. What's my x value? So that means my point is supposedly my point is 3, -1. Well, I got to find out to see if this point really is on this curve. Cool or not cool? So I find that out by seeing if this is a true statement, if I plug it in. If you go to Desmos, you can easily see whether that point's on it or not. So here we go. -3, well, the 3 is not negative, but I put the negative in the front, times -1 minus 5 plus 3 better equal negative on the outside, -1, close it to the third power. Let's see if it equals that. Negative times a negative. So 3 minus 5 plus 3. Oh, I can already see it's not going to equal. Equals -1 to the third power is -1. Negative times a negative is a positive. Oh, actually, no. Never mind. I don't know why I said that. My bad. See, I make mistakes all the time. I'm going to erase that. No, I'm not going to erase. I'm going to leave it on Delta video. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 minus 5 is 6 minus 5, 1. Yeah, I jumped the gun too soon. Sorry about that, guys. Cool or not cool? All right. So there it is. This point is defined. I kind of want to see it, but do you guys want to see it? No? Yeah? Okay. So, all right. All right, here we go. I'm going to clear everything. Clear. Hook me up with the expression. What was the expression, Alvarez? Yeah. -xy minus what? 5. plus x
equals negative y.
equals negative y to the third. All right, here's my expression. Looks ugly. What was the point that I had? 3, negative 1. All right, guys, focus, focus, focus. So here it is. Here's my point. All right, guys, focus, 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 guys. 3, negative 1. Let's see if my tangent really looks... Oh, actually, you can tell right away. What's my vertical tangent? Just x equals 3. Look, that's a vertical tangent.
Wow.
And there it is. It's undefined. Cool or not cool?
Cool.
Okay. We're going to have someone work on question 4. I think we have enough time. You want to give it a shot? All right. Where to go over this?
I just equal it to the slope, right? Plug it in. You got it, girl.
Yeah, you're a beast. Remember, you're a boss.
This is tall.
Oh, okay, yeah, next time I'll adjust it.
How can I?
Yeah.
It's okay, I got this. It's fine. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, look, maybe.
If I touch it, does it right?
It's just safe.
Is that better?
Bro, watch
Yeah.
admin.
Okay.
Watch admin.
No, I'd rather just.
So she would know it.
Negative.
If I take a picture and send it to someone else?
Yeah.
Take a picture of like we're going on the board if we're doing it. And here you can explain it.
Oh. So.
I need to get a match so I can see it. Yeah, explain it.
Okay, so if that's the derivative of the tangent line and we know that it has a slope of 4/3, that means that they're equal to each other. So then after you equal it, you just plug it in, right? You plug in your x and solve for the y. So negative y minus 2 times negative 1 over negative 1 minus 2y equals 4/3. And then that is negative y plus 2 over negative 1 minus 2y. And then you just multiply it. I'm nervous, guys. This is like scary. Okay. Everything, dude. Okay. And then, do I multiply it? Okay. Oh yeah, you said you could cross multiply. I didn't know you could do that till like yesterday. So then that's gonna be 3 times negative y plus 2 equals 4 times negative 1 minus 2y, right? And then that's gonna be negative 3y plus 6 equals negative 4 minus 8y. And then we could just like rearrange it. So
The y's to one side and the whole numbers to another. It doesn't matter what side, as long as you know what you're doing.
and then that's gonna be 5y equals negative 10. So then y equals negative 2.
Perfect.
And
we're
then
gonna test to see.
yeah, and then your point is negative 1, negative 2. And you just plug it back in to this one, right?
Why are we plugging into that one?
So
Because that's your expression. And
yeah.
if this does not make your expression true, then it's not on the curve. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're not robots, right? We know what we're doing and why.
Actually. Wow.
So she's just plugging it in to verify, guys.
And then that's
Oh yeah. I would definitely. I just see this.
so should I
number.
not do that?
Yeah, don't because there was a mosquito there. Yeah, if you don't do that, because if you put the square there, it's still negative because it's saying. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, and then did I do it wrong? What?
Right?
Oh, okay.
Everything looks amazing.
But it doesn't equal.
It doesn't. With the not equal sign, perfect. So because it, all right, guys, focus, guys. Because the left side of the expression does not equal the right side of the expression, is this point? Do I have this? Is this expression ever have a slope of 4/3? No, it never does because this point's not even on the curve. Cool or not cool? Cool. So not possible. No points exist. No such points exist. Thank you. Thank you all for this. Oh, I sent you your pictures.
Oh, thanks.
Is that okay? And I sent them to. Is that okay?
That's not safe.
I texted her without her. All right. That was fabulous. All right, guys. Let's continue. We just got 2 left, or really, well, we got a few left. Not that bad. Yeah, but only one is really like implicit, and the rest is just like application style. All right, here we go. You guys ready? I gotta take the derivative twice. Here we go. What's the derivative of 3x squared with respect to x? What rule do I gotta use for the next one? Product plus, and then I'm gonna group the 2 with the x first. Times the derivative of the second plus the second derivative of the first. If you feel that you're pretty beast, you can just drop the parentheses and write 2x dy dx plus 2y. If you feel that you're not beast, just do this. It's okay if you do it the whole year. It's not a big deal. Equals, what's the derivative of 10? 0. You're done with calculus. You're going to do a little bit of algebra. Just a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to leave the 2x dy here. 2x dy dx. I'm going to move the 6x to the other side. 6x. And the 2y minus 2y. I don't see any big issue. What am I going to do now? Divide by 2x. Divide by 2x. Divide by 2x. You could leave it like this. But what am I going to factor out in the numerator? A 2. That way I can cancel out a 2. Are we okay? Oh, yeah. If I don't put the x, it's wrong.
But then you have to find a second.
Yes. That's not the answer yet. You guys ready?
No.
Well, I'm going to go slow. I think it's going to take up the rest of this space, so go slow. Or like, don't write super huge. Here we go.
But it's just quotient.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of algebra on this one. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Focus, focus. Bottom
Hold on.
times the derivative of the top. What's the derivative of the top? 3.
3 minus dy by x.
Plus or minus? Minus top times derivative of the bottom, which is just all over. Are we still okay? Okay, now we're forced to do algebra. What do I want to do first? I want to distribute that x first. So here we go. I'm going to have 3x minus x dy dx. And then I'm just going to distribute this negative here. Minus 3x plus y. All this is over x squared. Are we still okay? All right, so I noticed something. They're being nice to me. The 3x is 0 out. You can take cancel, but 0 out's better. Are we okay so far? All right, so here we go. This second derivative is, it looks like negative x, and instead of writing dy dx, I'm going to write the expression for dy dx. 3x minus y over x, close it, plus y. All this is over x squared. I don't see any issues. I think everything looks okay to me so far. Are we okay? Okay. Next, what do I see? I see these x's are going to cancel. Don't forget the negative. So let's see. If I distribute that negative, I'm going to put the y first. I have y minus 3x, and then this plus is still a plus y, all over x squared. All Are we okay so far? All right, if we didn't do any mistake, I see those y's adding up. 2y minus 3x over x squared. Do we have that as an answer choice? 2y minus 3x over x squared. Perfect. How do we feel? Yes.
Whenever you cancel the x's on the second to third step,
Uh-huh.
and then the top, the numerator is 3x minus y, why did you change it to y minus 3x?
Oh, good question, Espinosa. All right, guys, focus, focus, focus. So she's asking, why did the symbols change? Positive to negative and negative to positive. You see this negative here? That's like a -1. I got to distribute that negative.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that? Okay. We still got a little bit of time, but all right, here we go. Question 6. Here we go, guys. Question 6. Determine the values of x for which the derivative equals 0, given that that's my derivative. All right. Don't worry, relax. It's just straight out. There's no implicit. You just take derivative. Chain rule, right? So here we go. There's a reason why we're doing this one, because I think it comes out on your UH quiz. F prime of x is equal to, what do I do first? Outside. 2, leave the inside alone. Negative 9x squared plus 4 to the power what? 1. You can put a 1 or leave it alone. Am I done? No. Times the derivative of the inside. What's the derivative of 9x squared? Equal that to 0. So that's what it says, to take the derivative equal to 0. This is all a product. If you think about it, look guys, if you think about it, the inside is the difference of squares. Do you guys see it? You know what? Let me factor out that negative in front of the 9x squared to make it simple. It's the power 1, so you can just factor out a negative. Negative 2, parenthesis, 9x squared minus 4. And then I guess I could... okay, sorry guys, I'm stuck for words because I saw that negative 18x. What's negative times a negative? So can I delete the negatives? Like the negative on the outside here? And then delete this negative. There it is. Now they're gone. Not that it mattered, because you can just see equal to 0 and solve regardless. All right, so here we go. 2. You don't have to do this. You can just factor it out immediately, but I'm going to go ahead and factor this out. This is the difference of squares. What's the difference of squares here?
3x plus 2x
Times 18x. All right, now it's simple to get your zeros. Where is this expression here, which is a derivative, 0? Well, if x equals negative 2 over 3, that will get that expression to be a 0, or that factor to be a 0. Do you guys see that? Okay, in case you don't see it, I'll write it right here. 3x plus 2 equals 0. 3x equals negative 2. X equals negative 2/3. That's what I did, guys, but really fast. You just change the sign, divide by that number. On the next one, x equals what? 2/3. That's another one that gives you a 0. That makes the derivative equal 0. And the last one, that's 18x. Usually you write that in the front, but that's not a big deal. It's just 0. If x is 0, 18 times 0 is 0. The whole shebang is 0. Cool or not cool? There it is. How do we feel? All right. Notice, oh man, I thought I did the same one by design. Okay, that's no big deal. This is probably coming from UH, guys. All right, it says determine the values of x for which the derivative. This means where the derivative is negative. Where f prime is negative. That's how you say it with math. Less than 0 means negative. Given that f of x equals that. Okay, you guys ready? We got to do something called critical numbers, finding where the derivative is critical, or finding where the derivative is 0. So here we go. I'm going to write f prime of x equals, and I'm doing it exactly the same way we did the other one. Put the 2 in the front. Negative x squared plus 9, close it to the power 1. Am I done? Times the derivative of the inside, which is? Look how good you guys are at chain rule now. Remember when we first started and we were like, oh, but now you're a boss. You're a chain rule boss. All right, I'm going to factor out that negative just like I did on the other one, guys. And negative times the negative is a positive. So I'm going to write it like this. I'm going to write it 4x. Hopefully no one got confused. I factor out the negative from here and I multiply by negative 2x. Parenthesis, x squared minus 9. Are we okay? Okay, I'm going to find where this equals 0. That's not the answer. I'm just going to find where it equals 0. And I'm not going to factor this out. I'm just going to write the answers. X equals 0 and x equals plus minus 3. Then I do, okay, I'm going to wait for you guys to catch up. I've always called it railroad tracks, and my previous kids have always had that same habit. Don't call it railroad tracks in front of a professor, or you can, and you can tell them it looks like railroad tracks. And they're like, oh, yeah, it does. I call it railroad tracks. I just do a number line. I call this number line F prime. And I just put railroad tracks, little hyphens or little dashes wherever I have these coordinates. -3, 0, 3. To me, it looks like railroad tracks from bird's eye view. When you're looking up from above. Do you guys see that? Yeah. I just plug regular numbers, and I don't care about the output. I just care about positive or negative. So that's all you care about. So if I plug a -5 into the F prime, because look, they want to know where F prime is negative. So I'm plugging a -5 into this expression, this one that I'm circling right here in sky blue. That's not sky blue. I'm pushing it. Okay, here we go. I'm plugging in -5. 4 times -5, that's -20. And then -5 squared is 25. 25 minus 9, positive or negative? Yeah, positive. What's negative times a positive? Negative. Put a negative symbol there. Give me a number between -3 and 0. Any number, doesn't matter. -2. If I put a -2 on the outside, 4 times -2, that's negative. -2 squared is 4. 4 minus 9, is that positive or negative? Negative times a negative. Put a plus symbol. I'm going to put a number between 0 and 3, like 2. 4 times 2, positive or negative? Positive. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 9, positive or negative? Positive times a negative? Negative. Put a minus sign. Okay, give me a number bigger than 3. Any number. 5. 4 times 5. Yeah, positive. You can say 20 or the number. It's positive. 5 squared is 25. 25 minus 9, positive or negative? Positive times a positive? Positive. Okay, now let's write where this F prime is negative. It's negative from negative infinity all the way to -3, union, and then it starts again from 0 all the way to 3. Notice that there's no bracket because it doesn't have the equal sign for 0, less than or equal to 0. So there it is. So negative infinity to -3 and 0 to 3. What letter is it? D. Do you see how we did it, guys? Okay. Last one. I think you're good, Alvarez, but it's up to you if you want to stay or not. But okay, last one here, guys. If y squared minus 2xy equals 21, then dy dx at the point 2, -3. So here we go. I need to find a what? Derivative. And I'm going to plug in that coordinate once I find my derivative. So what's the derivative of y squared? 2y. Perfect. And then I'm going to group. It's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to put the minus, I'm going to group the negative with the 2 with the x. -2 with the x. Is that okay with you guys? So since I'm grouping, I'm going to put plus. Looks like saying plus. And then I'm going to go first. So -2x times the root of the second, which is plus the second y times the root of the first, which is -2. And then you don't have to worry about distributing anything. Equals, what's the root of 21? 0. You're done. You're done with calculus. That's it. It turns into a game of algebra. So hopefully you'll notice that your algebra is going to get better because of all this algebra that we're doing. Minus 2x dy dx minus 2y equals 0. Whatever doesn't have a dy dx, move it to the right. So it just looks like one term. 2y dy dx minus 2x dy dx equals 2y. Maybe you guys did that first. Factor out a dy dx. dy dx, 2y minus 2x equals 2y. You can actually cancel one of the 2's, but we'll leave it for now. Divide, dy dx equals 2y over 2y minus 2x. I want to cancel the 2's. Are you guys okay with that? Okay, bam, bam, bam. I factor out a 2 in the bottom. Cancel that. Okay, here we go. dy dx evaluated at 2, -3 equals, what's the y value? -3 over the value again, -3 minus 2. So -3 over 3, 4, 5 over -5. So is there a 3/5? Negative divided by negative is a positive. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a circuit. Relax. It says attempt today for this. I'm going to go ahead and change it. So go ahead and scratch out the attempt today and put attempt by Sunday. What's Sunday? 19, 20, 21, 22. 10, 22. And I want this due before Spooky Day. Due 21, due 10/28. Due before Spooky. Cool or not cool?
It's almost Halloween.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a circuit and we'll call it a day.